So why is it that we look at someone else's that's different from ours and judge it or put some type of title on it, like right or wrong, because it's different from you, right? Sometimes you find out though that some people, the way they want you to stay predictable. People love, and I've worked with many of them like this. They love to be able to tell your tea to other people. They not gonna tell their life and their tea and their business, right? But anytime somebody asks a question about you or someone outside of them, oh, they want all the answers. They want to give all the details, step-by-step instructions on your life. When others ask, there's a lot of people who don't want to just say, I don't know. Or, I really don't care because it don't concern me. Or, that ain't none of our business, so why you worried about it? I'm just saying. Some people don't have the balls, the boldness to say that. So they want you to stay. They want to peg you so that they can have everything necessary. I remember one time they told me I had left a certain building I was working. And I had friends that still work there. Very loyal. And I got a call from one, and it was kind of weird because we hadn't talked in a minute. And I know that when she calls, she don't just call because she ain't got nothing else to do, because she's always busy. But she said, look, I'm letting you know. She said, such and such was talking, running their mouth about your business. I said, what? I said, but they don't even know me. I'm telling you. And they told me and I said, wow. And I was tripping because me and this person had never, ever talked. Never discussed anything. Because for one thing in particular, it was a male. And that's how what I say when, people always talk about women gossip. Now, some of you men, just like little women, run your mouth like a faucet. And I was like, wow. So I did the thing that this bold, confident woman does. I know y'all probably wouldn't have did it, but I called the very department where I knew they worked. I asked to speak to them, and I told them, I said, do me a favor. Keep my name out your mouth. I sure did. I told them what I was told. Because I told the person who told me, I'm going to tell them. She was like, I don't care. And I knew she didn't. I said, because I want them to know that I know. Sometimes that's good to let people know you know. I did. I said, you have no clue. You don't know anything but what you have heard. And what you heard was nowhere near what happened. And then, it's funny because that's why they say you better watch your mouth, because what goes around, that very person then became the talk of the building and of the departments with their personal life, with their relationship issue. Because see, talking about me didn't affect me. Him running his mouth up thinking he knew why I left and what I was doing and why I moved, and that didn't affect my life none. It didn't stop me. But those words came back and haunted him because he spoke them out of his mouth. And so that's why you have to be careful what you say about people, right? When people ask, I said, and I don't know. Like, I don't know. That ain't none of my business. Why you asking me? Get me in trouble. But I know people personally. I got family, Lord Jesus. You can't go outside and say, I didn't know the sky was green today. Yeah, that sky been green since three weeks ago. And I mean they go into detail. And you be looking at them like, you know everything, huh? Like everything. Every detail, every you can't call and say, "Oh, did you hear that such and such?" Girl, I've been knowing that for 2 days. Oh, my bad. Excuse me for being late. I apologize. It's like, wow, they want to know it all, right? Some people they don't, the unfamiliar or um, they don't like not to have, for whatever reason. I can't even explain it, but they don't ever want to say that they don't know. But my thing, and because I'm this type of person, I know that there's a lot of other people who want to experience this, want to, enjoy life and do something different. Sometimes it's okay to step outside your comfort zone. Have something that you never had. Do something that you never did. Go someplace you never been, right? Like I said, some of us been living in the same life, doing the same things for the last 65 years. You can literally set your watch to them. Some people have lived in the same state, the same city, the same zip code, the same house, with the same job. And then those type of people, like we said earlier, there's one or two things that they say about people who switch states or switch cities or switch zip codes or move houses or switch jobs, right? They either one say, I wish I was bold enough to do that, or I wish my life was adventurous like that, right? Which is the truth. They're being truthful. But then you have that second phase of people who, instead of admiring it or realizing that that's that other person's life to live, then they want to get that whatever attitude, or that sometimes it's that jealousy, or people call it that hating. They just be doing too much. Girl, they always don't never stay still. Just always moving, always go, ain't got no stability. Who are you to tell somebody they ain't got no stability? Mind your business. There is no right and there is no wrong. It is all a choice. It's all each individual person's desires. Just because you desire to be the same old, don't talk down on someone who desires variety. Now, I had to learn that when it comes to women and hairstyles, because I'm always changing and flipping and doing. So I'm like, I want to see other women change and flip and do, because I'm like, oh my gosh, she could look so cute with but I'm not doing it like, oh, that's ridiculous, and no, that's her choice. But if I feel that it'll give us some pizzazz, because most of them, they're constantly compliment me or saying, girl, I wish I could change. You can. Why don't you? Like, ain't nobody saying you can't, right? That's your choice not to. Or once again, that's your environment telling you that you can't, because no one in your circle does. I like to help people come out of their comfort zones and come out of their familiar circles and do some things differently. Switch your job if you're tired of it. Who said you had to work the same job for 50 years? Switch your car. Who said you had to drive the same car? Get you another house. Move. Go to another state. Go to another city. Who said you had to stay there? You tired of that? Find a new... Look, what they say? On one bus, there's another bus coming. Friendships, churches, schools. Ain't nobody said you got to die someplace. I will never, ever, ever forget. Years ago, this man came from another state to preach at a church that I was attending. And when I went that Sunday, I was in my own thoughts trying to make a decision. And he preached a message that spoke directly to me. I said, look at this. God done sent this man miles way across the states to speak to me and give me the word I needed. He said, I will not die here. He said, some of you are places that you know you're supposed to have been moved on from. You feel it in you. You ready for something new. But because your great-great-grandmama was there, your great-grandmama was there, your grandmama was there, your mama was there, you still stuck. And he gave the scripture. I can't remember the verse now that he used, but he used a reference in the Bible, a story that happened to show that when they left the familiar is when their whole life changed. And sometimes that's what's going to happen for you. In order for you to receive that next that you've been waiting on, you got to move. You got to get away from the familiar. Just because you've been faithfully going to the same, like I keep saying, and I talk about this more so because, like I said, I wasn't a clubber, or I wasn't I wasn't part of a sorority or any type of, big other organizations. My life was the church. So I know people who, they used to tell me, girl, she been sitting in that same seat for the last 50 years. And anytime somebody else sit there, girl, she allowed to cuss them out. I said, cuss? Not the mother. They say, yeah, the mother. But some folks have been the same for the same for the same. But it does not make you better. It does not make them better or them worse. It does not make you any more stable in life. It does not make them any less. Everyone is different, and everyone has an individual life to live. You do you, and let others do them. And if you do you, and stop trying to figure folks out. One thing I hear a lot about people talk about, which is another old belief, which we gotta dismiss and get rid of. Folks have been taught to study people, to read people. Why am I reading somebody? I'm gonna read myself. That's the only person I'm trying to figure out. I'm still trying to figure me out. Okay, let me perfect that first. Right. And then I look at it too sometimes, and people have it's like, who has the time? And I mean, it makes me feel, it made me pop my collar, because I must be special for you to study me or, figure me out. You taking time out of your busy schedule to take time to think about me. So I must be pretty darn special. Thank you very much. Because I apologize, I can't return the favor, but you the last thing on my mind when I don't see you. I got stuff to do. Okay, I got life to live. And it don't include trying to figure you out. But if we all just enjoy our life and just take one day at a time.